Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Kevin Dolan and Brian Leonard of WagerTalk.com. We're talking an ACC matchup here. Intriguing handicap. Pitt Panthers, Clemson Tigers, guys, going down on Saturday. Kevin, we're seeing Pitt a minus 3-point home favorite. 47.5 being the total. Something that jumps out at me, Kevin, this is the first time since 2016 Clemson's going to be an underdog in an ACC matchup. So something to watch out here. Heck, maybe there's value on the underdog. I don't know. I'll throw it over to you. What are you thinking with the Clemson Tigers and Pitt Panthers, Kevin?
I mean, to be honest, Drew, it does strike you on the page. I mean, it's still pretty shocking to me, in all honesty. You know, we obviously knew it was coming, both in terms of how poor Clemson have been, but, you know, also a good Pittsburgh have looked over recent weeks. But, you know, if you had told me at the start of the year that Pitt would have been favoured over Clemson at the midway point of the season, you know, I probably would have laughed at you slightly, in all honesty. But, you know, here we are. You know, and it is kind of really hard for me to judge, you know, exactly where Clemson are right now because, you know, look, as bad as they've been, this is still a team that held, you know, number one ranked Georgia back in week one to, you know, 135 through the year. 15 forced downs as well. So if they can replicate that again here, then they have a real chance here on Saturday against Pittsburgh. You know, I personally made this game around a pick'em. I believe I had it just shaded towards Pittsburgh by around a half a point or so. So again, you know, catching 3 does look like a little bit of value to me on the Clemson side. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's obviously so difficult to trust them right now, you know, even catching points. Instead, I'm actually going to look towards a prop on this one that I like. All of Clemson's FBS games up to this point of the season have fell in the one score bracket, 3 wins and 2 losses from those 5 games. And, you know, I'm firmly expecting this to be another really, really close encounter in Pittsburgh on Saturday, no matter which side of the line it falls. You know, the winning margin prop, 1 to 6 points for either team in this one is going off of plus 350 for Pitt and plus 375 for Clemson, respectively. I think if you're going to bet this game, that's the best way to play it, in my opinion. I don't expect either team, if they win, to you know, win in a blowout here. So if you like Clemson, I'd take the plus 375 and win a margin 1 to 6. And if you like Pitt, take the plus 350. I think there's a lot more value on playing those than the regular money line or spread here. But, you know, look, if I'm going to make one selection for the purpose of this video, let's roll with Clemson because it's the bigger price to win by 1 to 6 points at plus 375. I like that price.
Okay, the plus price there on the money line. And Brian, coming to you next, you know, Kevin brought up the fact he would laugh at you if you said Clemson would be an underdog to Pitt. And actually, in the Game of the Year lines preseason, Clemson was a 17-point favorite against Pitt. So more than a 3-touchdown move here to game time. What are you thinking here, Pitt and Clemson, Brian?
Yeah, I think it's warranted. It's interesting. If you were to take just the stats and ignore the names on the jerseys, you would say, why is this line only 3? You've got a Clemson team who's only outgained in yards per play 2 opponents all season long. NC State 4.4 to 4.0 and Boston College 6.4 to 4.8. They just have not played well at all. They've yet to cover the spread in any game, even though they've only lost the turnover battle twice. That is very much concerning. That means not only are they not covering, they're not even coming close. In fact, in FBS games, the closest loss against the spread for Clemson has been 9 points against Boston College. This is a team, we watch every Clemson game. The defense is still excellent. And when you have a defense that puts you in the position on the field that Clemson should have, this offense should score a lot more points than what they have. And this is what they've scored in FBS games so far this season. 3, 14, 21, 19, and 17. This, you rarely see too many correlated parlays out there and they won't let you bet them. But I'll tell you, if you like Clemson, you've got to like the under here. You've just got to assume that they're going to score 20 points or less and keep Pittsburgh off the board. But I don't see how you're going to do that against this Pittsburgh team. Now, granted, they played some weaker teams. They played the UMass. They played New Hampshire in a non-Division I game. But, you know, they went to Tennessee, scored 41 points at Tennessee. And as we have seen since then, this Tennessee team is pretty good. They lose to Western Michigan at home. Their only loss of the season. They're scoring 41, lose 44 to 41. But keep in mind, they were -3 in turnovers in that game. And yards per play, 8.4 to 6.0. Then they played Georgia Tech, scored 52 against them, and Virginia Tech last week, by far their lowest scoring output of the season, 28 points. But the defense played very well, only allowed 7 points, 3.7 yards per play. Take a look at Clemson, yards per play. The last 2 games they played, 4.8 to Boston College, 5.2 to Syracuse. Not two of your best offensive teams out there. Pitt, along with NC State and Georgia, are going to be the better teams they play. In fact, Pitt's probably the best offense Clemson has played all season long. As much as I like this Clemson defense, how are you going to slow down Pittsburgh to that regard? Pittsburgh, to me, is going to score at least 28 points in this game. I just don't see Clemson scoring that many. Pittsburgh is the way I'm looking in this game. And if you do like Pittsburgh, it makes sense to play the over in this game. So I think it is correlated there. But I've watched enough Clemson games over the years, and it's hard to imagine this offense being so bad as well as they recruit. There's something going on there in Clemson for the offense. The defense has been terrific. The offense can't even take advantage of that. Give me Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh minus the points is the best way to go in this game.
Liking the Pitt Panthers. Good stuff from Brian Leonard. Guys, check him out at WagerTalk.com. Also, like he talked about, 0-6 against the spread, the Clemson Tigers and Pitt on a 3-game winning streak, both straight up and against the spread. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game. Also, remember to check out WagerTalk.com. Mondays is $9 Monday. A great day to check out the website. All plays discounted to just $9. Check it out, WagerTalk.com.